Your mind is either your greatest prison or your greatest power. This is Think and Grow Forever. I am Toya D, and this is a space where we break the chains of the mind, we reclaim our identity, and we build the life we were always meant to live. Everything I teach here is built on one truth: master yourself, free your mind, and prosper forever. Now let's get into today's message. What if the version of you that you kept waiting to become is not something you grew into naturally over time, but it's something you have to consciously build? Most women are walking around with a self-concept they never chose. It was handed to them. It was handed to them piece by piece by other people's opinions, by painful experiences, by a world that had a very specific idea of who they were supposed to be. So today we're going to be talking about self-concept. What is it? How yours was built without permission, and exactly how to start building a new one on purpose. This is identity work at the root level, and it will change everything. Self-concept is simply the collection of beliefs you hold about yourself. It's the answer to the questions, who am I? Not the answer you give at a job interview, but the answer that you're living quietly underneath everything you do. The one that shows up in how you handle money, how you handle and receive love, how you respond to opportunity, how you treat yourself when no one is watching. So here's what most people don't realize. Your self-concept is not a reflection of reality. Not at all. It is a reflection of your history. It was built from conclusions, from experiences, from things that happened to you before you was old enough to evaluate them critically. And once the self-concept is formed, your mind does something fascinating. It works constantly to prove it right. Not because it wants to hurt you, but it's because constantly it feels like safety. Your brain will rather be right about a small story than an uncertain one that benefits you. So if your self-concept says, I am someone that things doesn't work out for, your mind will find the evidence to make sure that statement is true. Every setback becomes proof. Every success gets minimized or explained away. Now, this is not because success isn't happening for you, but it's because it doesn't match the story that you tell yourself. This is how powerful your self-concept is. It is literally filtering your reality. Your self-concept was constructed by four main forces, four of them, and none of them ask for your input. The first architect is other people's words. What you were told about yourself directly, repeatedly by people who had authority over you became data your young mind accepted as true. They might have said to you that you're sensitive. They might told you you're not the smart one, that you're too difficult, that you're too much. You know what? Those words, they didn't just sting in that moment. They became building blocks for you. The second architect in your experiences, especially the painful ones. Now, every time you tried and you failed publicly, every time you trusted, then you got hurt. Every time you were left, overlooked, or told you weren't enough, unconsciously your mind drew a conclusion. And that conclusion got added to that blueprint. Now, the third architect is what you witness. The self-concept of people around you really became your ceiling. The self-concept of the people around you became a ceiling for you. Now, if the woman you grew up watching, she believed struggling was inedible. She believed that love was hard. She believed that wanting too much was dangerous. You absorbed all of that, not just through words, but through osmosis. So the fourth architect is cultural. Now, the message about what women are supposed to want. We heard all those messages before. What women supposed to like, supposed to tolerate, supposed to achieve. All that seeped inside of you. It was quiet. It was constantly. But guess what? It was shaping what felt possible and what felt like too much to ask for you. So let me give you examples of what a limited concept looks like in real life. Now, limited concept doesn't always look like low self-esteem. Sometimes it really looks like a high functioning self-doubt. It looks like a woman who is talented but chronically undercharged. So a woman who knows what she wants, but she keeps choosing a relationship that confirm her unworthiness. It looks like a woman who gets close to a breakthrough, then pulls back, and not because she's lazy, but because success feels unsafe to a self-concept bit that was built on struggle. It looks like apologizing too much, over-explaining herself too much, needing excessive validation before she truly trusts her own judgment, feeling like a fraud even when the results are real. These are not personality traits, these are self-concept symptoms, and they will persist in your life until the root changes. Now, here's the most important thing I want you to take from this video. Your self-concept is not fixed. It was constructed. And anything that was constructed can be reconstructed. It can be reconstructed deliberately, intentionally, by you. The level of this question, who am I? As if the answer is buried somewhere waiting to be found. The question is, who am I choosing to be? And then from there, you're going to be building the evidence for that through every thought, through every decision, and every action that follows. So how can you build a new self-concept? So here's 5 steps. Because this is actually work. And it is simple work, but it's not easy. Because your current self-concept will truly resist being replaced. So you're going to have to expect that, but do it anyway. So step 1, excavate the current blueprint. You cannot build what you haven't examined. Sit down and finish these sentences without editing yourself. I am the kind of woman who. I am not the kind of woman who. I believe I deserve. I believe I don't deserve. When good things happen to me, I feel. So whatever comes up automatically is your current self-concept. Look at it clearly. You have to understand it's not permanent. It's just where you are currently. The second self, you have to identify the origin. For each belief you uncover, ask yourself, where did this come from? How old was I when I decided this was true for me? Who told me this, directly or indirectly? When you trace a belief back to its origin, it stops the feeling like it's truth and it starts feeling like what it is. And an old conclusion made by a younger version of you who was doing the best that they could with what you had. So step 3, you're going to have to write your chosen self-concept. You're going to have to write it out. It's time to build. Who are you deciding to be? You're going to have to write this down in present tense. And I'm not talking about just aspirational sentences. We need declarative ones. Not, I want to be confident. I want you to write down, I am the woman who trusts herself. I don't want you to say I'm working on my worth, but I want you to really tell yourself I am inherently worthy. My value is not earned, it is intrinsic. So write it out. Write out the whole woman that you want to be. Think about the relationships with money, your relationship with money, how you want that to be. Think about your relationship with your body. Talk about how you handle hard things, what you believe you deserve. Write her out fully. Now, step 4, you're going to have to start gathering new evidence about yourself daily. Your new concept. Your mind proves your self-concept right by finding evidence for it. So now that you have a new self-concept, you have to start finding evidence. And you're going to have to start feeding those evidence every morning. Find one thing that proves your self-concept that is true to you. You can say that I trusted myself today. I held a boundary. I showed up even when it was uncomfortable. Those small evidence, it really counts. Believe me, I know. And you have to learn how to stack them deliberately and intentionally. So step 5, we're going to have to close that gap with action. You got to take action. The fastest way to solidify a new self-concept is to act from it. You have to act from it before you feel it fully. Make one decision today that the new version of yourself will make. How does she respond to that email that was sent to her? How does she spend her Sunday? What does she say yes to? What does she say no to? These are simple questions. You can really easily start stacking these. Every action from your chosen identity is a vote for that woman you becoming. I want to be honest with you about the timeline. Rebuilding a self-concept is not a weekend project at all. The beliefs you're working to change have years, even sometimes decades of reinforcing itself to you. You are not going to think one positive thought and then all of a sudden feel transformed. What you are going to do is to show up for this work repeatedly. Even on the days it feels true to you and on the days it feels like a lie. Be delusional. Especially on the days when it feels like a lie to you. Because those are the days that old concept that you've been carrying for all those years, it is fighting hardest to say. And your consistency in those moments is what builds a new one. So you did not choose the self-concept you were handed. But you get to choose the one you build from here. That is not a small thing. That is everything. That is everything. Because the woman you become, the life you create, the relationships you attract, the opportunities you say yes to, all of it flows from what you believe about yourself at the root. So do the work, excavate, question, decide, build, and choose her every single day, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because you have to realize when it even feels unfamiliar, even when your ego is so loud, you have to realize she is worth choosing. Drop in the comments, what is that one belief from your current self-concept that you know it's time to release? I'll be down there in the comments, and I'll put some of my things in there, my self-concepts that I need to release. So share this with a woman who's ready to do this work, because it's an ongoing work. Subscribe if you want to even go deeper, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, true security and stability come from within, not outside of you. Everything you need is already there. You just have to do the work to access it. If this message moves something in you, subscribe, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And drop a comment below telling me what chain are you ready to break. This is Think and Grow Forever with Toya D. I see you in the next one.